Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
You are looking live at the Palace in Mishawaka, where tonight it's a key battle in the Northern Indiana Conference race. A pair of 10-3 teams square off as the John Adams Eagles fly in to take on the Penn Kingsmen on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. That's my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo. The Hall of Famer, Bo Hunt's down on the sidelines. And me, I'm just a little old Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us on a Friday night in high school basketball in Michiana. Boy, the Adams Eagles were flying high. They were 10-0 at one point this year. They've dropped their last three contests. You were in the Adams camp this week. What's going on?
Hey, they played some really good competition. I think part of it was when you get to 10-0, you think you're really, really good, and then you face some tough competition, and they realize, hey, maybe we weren't practicing as hard as we should have been. And Coach Chad Johnson says he really feels the team practiced really well this week. Jarvis Tolbert has been an excellent force, their third all-time leading scorer. He feels they practiced it well this week. That's going to be big because they got some tough games coming up, starting with tonight against Penn.
You mentioned what Chad Johnson said. Let's hear from the Adams head coach.
Yeah, Chuck, I think we got a little comfortable. We started off to a good start, and it doesn't really matter the competition we were playing. It matters how hard we were playing. And we definitely, over the holidays and in the beginning of the season, we're really playing hard. And then the last couple weeks, we've kind of gotten a little bit comfortable. That's what I call it with the kids. So we need to play with a sense of urgency tonight and throughout the rest of the season going into the season.
Meanwhile, if you want a tour of the state of Indiana, you should be on the Penn basketball team. They'll be in white tonight, but they should be in black, because like Johnny Cash, they've been everywhere. They have strength, they have length, and they have a star scorer in Caleb Gould.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore, but he's 6'5" and a guard. He's averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. He'd be excellent and all-state if he was a senior, let alone the fact that he's a sophomore. And you're right, they've played everybody, and they still have big matchups against Chesterton and Fishers in non-conference, let alone facing what they have in the NIC. But it's all to prepare them for the sectional, which includes Adams and then everybody else that we all know, Riley, St. Joe, etc. It's going to be a loaded sectional. Penn's going to be ready for it because of their schedule so far this year.
So let's check in on the state of the Kingsmen with head coach Barrett Kuhlman.
I think we're probably about 65-70% of where we could be. I think we're continuing to crest. We're finally starting to get healthy. We've kind of gone through the sickness and some injury stuff, and we're not out of the woods yet, but we're definitely improving in that area. And so this is the time of the year that you've got the last 5 weeks of the regular season left, and you really need to start trying to peak. And I feel like we're just starting to kind of head that direction. We've gone through so much with the tournaments and the holiday stuff, and then just now the weather. And so now you want to get some rhythm going and some practices and also some wins and stack some wins. And so tonight's a great opportunity to play a really good opponent and see where we're at.
As usual, Bo Hunt joins us on the sidelines. Bo, we talk a lot during football about Penn beating teams even before they come on the field. Well, they haven't lost a NIC game in this place since 2021. So what does Adams have to overcome tonight to walk out of here with a win?
Well, when you talk about Adams and you talk about the Penn mystique, well, as Anj mentioned, Adams on a little bit of a slide as of late, lost 3 in a row. Well, the last 3 times they played Penn, 0-3. They've only scored 37 or less points in those games. So they really haven't had much success. I always talk about that Penn mystique. When you're playing a team that always has that mystique, don't think about that other team. Think about yourself. Play within yourself. Play with your teammates. And make sure you understand your game plan and what you guys need to follow. Guys?
Another reason why teams struggle here, because they have to play Penn, and they're really good. They've won 97 games over the last 5 years. Can they get number 98 tonight? We'll find out. But as we roll on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show, first we'll check in with our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. That's next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McKinnis Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Looking to buy or sell it?
Let's be honest. Shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Now's the perfect time to lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Get fast fiber internet with free professional installation, starting at just $30 per month with AutoPay. Plus, lock in your low price for life with no contracts. Visit surfinternet.com today.
Now's the time to get fiber fast internet as low as $30 per month with AutoPay and free professional installation. Lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Enjoy fast fiber internet, no contracts, and a price lock for life. Visit surfinternet.com.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McKinnis Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McKinnis Realty today at 574-271-3440.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with HealthMarkets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher HealthMarkets Student Athletes of the Week. We have Lucas Obermeyer, a senior basketball player for Penn, and Jarvis Tolbert, a senior basketball player for Adams. We'll start with Jarvis, who also has a 3.5 GPA. How do you balance everything between basketball and keeping those academics so strong?
School just comes natural to me, so I'm naturally I would say smart, so I get all my schoolwork done in school, and then I just leave me my rest of the day to just work on my game.
All right, you work very hard at your game. Third all-time leading scorer at Adams, soon to be the second all-time leading scorer with 1,340 career points. Tell us what work you've put in over the years to get to this point in your playing career.
Just a lot of hours in the gym. Even when you don't want to get up and go to the gym, you go to the gym, just countless putting in time and work, and it's good to see it show in the game. Whatever I work on in the game, it translates to the game.
What does being an Adams Eagle mean to you?
It means a lot to me. Rather it's just basketball or just school, they all welcome me, and I felt welcome. So I really appreciate what Adams has done for me over my past 4 years at high school.
Jarvis, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lucas Obermeyer is a senior at Penn. He has a 3.79 GPA, also a freshman mentor. How do you balance everything between athletics, academics, and extracurriculars?
I think a big part for me is the support system. My coaches, my teachers, my friends, my families, they all help me out in many ways, and I'm just so grateful for them and their help.
You're looking to major in business in college. Why business?
My family kind of got me into it, but I believe it's a career with a lot of opportunity, and if I go work hard and attack it, I believe I can be very successful.
What does being a Penn Kingsman mean to you?
It's everything. The support from the teachers, the coaches, walking around, everyone knows who you are, everyone knows everyone, and I think tonight you guys are going to see what it really means to have Penn pride.
Lucas, thank you very much. Congratulations. Jarvis, congratulations once again. Jarvis Tolbert. Lucas Obermeyer, our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Tony Letcher with HealthMarkets. We got a battle of 10-3 teams on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. It's coming up next. We've got your starting lineups right after this.
Care plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Ferret. Custom forming, we form value. We welcome you back inside as the Penn Pep Band has been entertaining this crowd pregame. Penn Bomb Squad there with them. Here at Al Rhodes Kingsman Court on the campus of Penn High School. Al Rhodes himself in the house tonight to watch this one. And it should be a good one in the Northern Indiana Conference between John Adams and Penn, a pair of 10-3 teams. And right now, PA announcer Dwayne Lewandowski going through some pregame announcements before we get to our national anthem. Real quick, let's check in on our series history. It's brought to us by our friends at OSMC, and we can tell you that this is the 84th meeting between these two schools. Penn leads the all-time series 52-31, the first meeting back in 1960, and Penn won a defensive struggle last year by a count of 43-31. And now this crowd has come to its feet as we get ready to honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Penn Pep Band. Star Spangled Banner performed by the Penn Pep Band. We're ready for the starting lineups in this one. Here's Angelo de Carlo.
All right, let's start with Adams. Their starters brought to you by John Adams High School. Carter Johnston, a 5'11 junior guard, averaging 7 points per game, shooting 42% from beyond the three. And he's got 23 trifectas so far this year. Josh Johnson is a 5'9 senior guard, 8.8 points per game. He also has 3.2 steals per game. He's a transfer from Washington. Drew Dixon is 6'1 junior guard, 14.2 points per game, 3.9 assists per game. Jarvis Tolbert, a 6'3 senior forward, 19.2 points, 5.9 rebounds per game, 1,340 career points. And Michael Georgia, a 6'7 senior center, 7.4 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game, 1.6 blocks per game.
Let's check in on what the teams are wearing. It's brought to us by our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Adams with one of the more unique uniforms. It's blue with red numbers trimmed in white, and then a white and red checkerboard pattern down the side. For the Penn Kingsmen, trust me, folks, you'll be able to see them. They're in the white uniforms tonight with black script and numbers. But first, they put on a whole hype video put together by our good friend Joe Fertina to try to rev this crowd up. And while they do that, Angel will have plenty of time to read you the starting lineups.
The Penn starters are brought to you by Cavender Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. If the temps drop and your furnace quits tonight, who are you calling? Cavender Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is the local company you can trust, and they provide fast, honest service when you need it most. Learn more at cavendermechanical.com. Go Kingsmen. All right, those Penn starters, it's led by Ben Murphy, the 5'9 senior guard, 8.5 points per game, 3.6 assists per game. Then we mentioned Caleb Kuhlman in the open, 6'5 sophomore guard, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 2.8 steals per game. Lucas Obermeyer is a 6'5 senior forward, 6.2 points per game. Christian Bonner, a 6'1 senior forward, was our student athlete of the week, presented by Tony Letcher back in football season. 7.3 points, 4.9 rebounds. He is a 4-sport athlete, which is incredible at a school the size of Penn. And Mikhail Price is a 6'8 junior forward, 9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game.
You see that hype video playing on the scoreboard here. They haven't even gotten to the starting lineups tonight, but that allows us some time to go over the keys to win for tonight's game. Brought to us by our friends at the Lilliard Insurance Agency. For the John Adams Eagles, they need to rebound. They're the smaller team. They're going up against a big, tall, strong Penn team. Rebounding is going to be important. Reduce the turnovers. They've had a few of them. And then make some three-point shots. Bo mentioned in the pregame, they just have not been able to score a lot against Penn. They need to hit some shots from the perimeter. For the Kingsmen, they just want to play good team defense. That's when they're at their toughest, their grittiest, and their strongest. The shot selection last Saturday against Fort Wayne Wayne was superb. Barrett Kuhlman would like some more of that, and then control the boards, which they should be able to do, being the bigger team, but Adams does have some quickness. And one thing Chad Johnston talked about this week was the fact that they asked Jarvis Tolbert to do a lot of things, and one of the areas he's improved the most is as a rebounder.
No question. He's improved as a rebounder, and he's improved as a passer. So he's been able to add to his game because he's been getting double-teamed a lot more this year as opposed to previous years. So when you get double-teamed, you have to be able to distribute the ball, find the open man. That's one of the ways he's been able to pick up his game in a big way for the Adams Eagles, and a reason why they are 10-3 to start this season.
So they have finally completed the introduction of the starting lineups, and lo and behold, let there be light. Good crowd of student body here tonight for this one, and it gives us a quick chance to meet our officials for tonight's game. Robert Amber is working this one with the veteran Gene Teal and Justin Yoder. Adams in the blue, Penn in the white, both teams 10-3. Penn 2-0 in the NIC, Adams 1-1. Here's our Babsco opening tip-off, and it's won by the Adams Eagles. Jarvis Tolbert goes up strong but misses the shot inside, and the rebound out of bounds. It'll go to Adams.
First quarter brought to you by our friends Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant in Granger.
As we've mentioned, the Eagles come in with a record of 10-3. Their best win came against Columbia City in a holiday tournament. They beat them by 3. Their worst loss was their last time out when they lost to the Lions of Elkhart. They've also lost to LaPorte and Michigan City, 2 teams in their sectional. That's Drew Dixon with the ball. Cross court it goes. 3 on the way from Josh Johnson is off the mark. Here come Caleb Kuhlman and the 10-3 Kingsmen. But Kuhlman turns it over as Adams was able to throw it off of Ben Murphy. Heads up play that time by the coach's son, Carter Johnston.
John Adams students can participate in the International Baccalaureate Program, AP, dual credit, and career and technical education courses. The class of 2025 saw students attend more than 62 universities and graduates earn more than $8 million in grants and scholarships. John Adams High School.
So we got a problem with some moisture out on the floor. Barrett Kuhlman, head coach, student manager, apparently, as he goes out there with the towel.
What is that towel, by the way? That is
it's massive.
That is a big towel. They're not messing around.
That looks like something an offensive lineman would take with him to the beach. Here's Drew Dixon on the dribble for Adams. Working against Ben Murphy. Kicks it outside. That's a 3 on the way, but it's no good. Tipped around by Michael Georgia, and he throws it away.
Those are 2 really good looks for Adams early on. They just couldn't get him to go.
Kuhlman, the big 6'5" guy, pushed off. Carter Johnston drew the foul, and last year, you'll see another look at this on the Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka replay. Barrett Kuhlman made no bones about it this week during the week. Last year, the best defensive job done on Caleb Kuhlman was by the Adams Eagles.
Well, and they're already starting off that way as Carter Johnston has done 2 great things on the defensive end. One, saving the ball and knocking the ball out of bounds off of a Kingsman player, and then taking that charge right there.
Here's Carter Johnston down low for Michael Georgia, but the pass a little too high. Knocked out of bounds by Penn.
Before the game, we featured our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana, a licensed insurance agent with HealthMarkets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher, HealthMarkets to connect.
Tolbert lost the handle going in. Here comes Penn the other way with Lucas Obermeyer. Ben Murphy in the corner, good 3-point shooter for this 10-3 team. Their best win over Zionsville this year. Their worst loss came to Hamilton Southeastern, but their 3 losses to combined 33 and 7 teams. Bonner missed inside, but Obermeyer is there for the putback, and the seal has been broken on this one 93 seconds in. As Anj mentioned, Adams has had some good looks early. Dixon got shut off underneath, and Murphy makes the steal. Penn comes the other way with Christian Bonner.
Got lucky there.
He sure did. Kuhlman is able to pick up the pass after it leaked through. Kuhlman working over the smaller Carter Johnston hits. That is a facet of his game that he did not have last year.
Well, he's got the range, the height, and be able to step back like that and take advantage of it when he's got someone that he's facing that's shorter than he is.
Drew Dixon had to fade away on that one, couldn't hit. Kingsman owning the boards, and they're out in a hurry. Obermeyer for 3, and he was fouled on the way up. Drew Dixon got a piece of him, and Lucas Obermeyer will go to the line for 3 free throws. He's a 73% foul shooter.
We mentioned the first quarter brought to you by Dean's Barbecue. They're your home for the best BBQ in Granger. They are more than just barbecue. They are full-service, chef-driven restaurant where everything is made from scratch. Good food with good friends and a great atmosphere. Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant at 23 and Bitter Street in Granger.
You met Lucas Obermeyer, our student athlete of the week from Tony Letcher HealthMarkets. He's coming off his career-high 10 against Elkhart earlier this year. Young man with a real good sense of humor, too. Averages 6 a game. He has 4 already tonight. And he'll get another.
The problem for Adams is, what was one of those keys to win brought to you by the Lawyer Insurance Agency?
Reduce turnovers.
Well, and make shots on the offensive end. They got to make some shots because they are getting the looks that they would want. If you're drawing it up, you're saying, I take those shots every day, and they just haven't made them.
Josh Johnson with the rebound. Kingsman up 6-zip. Tolbert cut off. And Chad Johnston, the Adams head coach, pointed out the length of Penn makes their defense so difficult to penetrate, and it's very difficult to duplicate in practice. Dixon thought he had a step on Price, but Price covered him up. Carter Johnston down low to Michael Georgia. Big fella, pivots, shoots, can't hit. Coolman the rebound. Long lead pass for Bonner. And Bonner nearly threw it away again. Penn guards have saved him a couple of turnovers. Now Obermeyer for three, ring it up. It's sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. Lucas Obermeyer's got 7 of the 9 for the Kingsmen.
Everyone's going to want to be that Tony Letcher Student Athlete of the Week the way he started here tonight.
Dixon kicks it outside. That's Tolbert for three. Jarvis Tolbert with the three, sponsored by John Adams High School. It took 3.5 minutes, but the Eagles finally are on the board after Tolbert's 18th three-pointer of the year.
Penn's going to have to start guarding that outside shot. They give that up too many times. Adams going to be back in this game in a hurry.
Coolman directs traffic as he backs up. Carter Johnston guarding him. Murphy comes into the paint. Can't hit. Tolbert a one-handed rebound. Quite the athletic play by our Tony Letcher Health Market student athlete. Drew Dixon for three. That's offline. And here's Ben Murphy coming the other way. Penn has numbers. Obermeyer traveled. Lucky he traveled because then he charged.
Yeah, I guess you'd rather take the travel. Patients trust OSMC because they deliver more than treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their Ortho Care Walk-in Clinic in Granger off University Drive.
Adams down 6 midway through the first quarter. It's been played at a good pace, but the problem for Adams is they have too many possessions like that come up with zeros.
Yeah, I mean, only one made basket so far for the Eagles, and I don't want to belabor the point, but the looks have been strong so far. So, I mean, the positive in that is if you continue to get those looks and you turn things around.
Well, here's a real good look for Josh Johnson to steal and score. And Adams needs more of that. Mikel Burton, the freshman in the game, and he loses the handle again. Tolbert threw it to no man's land.
Both of these teams a little sloppy here early on in this first quarter. Not what you would expect from two 10-3 teams that are part of that loaded 4A sectional that will be played in March.
But they're 10-3 teams that like to score a lot, so they're willing to maybe put a little less value on possessions than we've seen in the last couple weeks in our game of the week as that ball is tipped out of bounds.
Are you saying the pace of play in the NLC tends to be a little bit different?
I don't think I have to say it. If you watch the game, you know. And now Penn will go to its bench again. Cody Evans, the 6'7 senior transfer from Greencastle, Indiana, checks into the lineup to take the place of Obermeyer. Murphy being guarded here by Teron Johnson, who checked into the game. Here's Evans. Evans has had about 4 games in double figures this year. He's capable of lighting it up. And now Burton, the younger brother of Notre Dame star Marcus Burton, drives down the lane and misses the layup. Coolman with the rebound and had it swatted by Georgia, but he'll go to the line on the foul.
Yeah, plenty of contact there by Michael Georgia. He wasn't going to allow that to be a bucket. And here you take a look at the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care, and no question about it, Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka. Your smile and your comfort come first. From routine cleanings to advanced dental care, you'll find compassionate dentistry in a modern, welcoming office. Now welcoming new patients. Visit Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka, where your smile plays at a higher level.
Problem is, when you foul Coolman, it may as well be a bucket. He is an 86% free throw shooter and survived the announcer jinx. 4 points for Caleb, 6-point Kingsman lead. Teron Johnson has the dribble. Back to Carter Johnston. Great pass to Michael Georgia, but he lost the handle going up. Coolman comes the other way. Finds Burton for three. Offline. Matt Price tips it out to Teron Johnson for Adams. He'll drive, dish, and it's going to be a leave for Michael Georgia, who missed the bunny inside, and it's out of bounds off Penn.
And when they go back and watch this game, they're going to see so many missed opportunities here in the first quarter that could have been buckets for the Adams Eagles.
The shot selection for Adams.
The air.
We'll get our graphics back up soon, we hope. In the meantime, I'll tell you it's Penn 11, Adams 7 with a minute to go, first quarter. Here's Mikel Burton on the outside. He's driving, he's dishing. That is a three from Cody Evans, sponsored by our Yoder Construction. And Evans, the 6'7 senior, nails his 10th three of the season. Kingsman by a touchdown. Carter Johnston, awkward shot. Georgia missed the putback. Price the rebound for Penn. Will the Kingsman hold for one? No, probably not. Evans drives and misses the rebound to Overmeyer. Evans tries again. He misses that one. Price had it knocked out of bounds by Georgia with 17.6 left.
Our Yoder Construction is proud to partner with Penn High School on their new athletic field house. When you need a winning team on your next commercial project, rely on our Yoder Construction. We build spaces that perform as well as they look. Our Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
17.6 seconds left. Penn leading 14-7. The inbound comes to Christian Bonner, and the big fella gets it to go. Bonner, the 6'1 senior, averaging 7 a game, puts the Kingsmen up by 9. Josh Johnson for three, running up, sponsored by John Adams High School. And a key three for Josh Johnson helps Adams stem the tide. But Penn used its physical dominance. Its big guys got the job done. Lucas Obermeyer leading the way with 7. Kingsmen lead at 16-10 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
It's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design. representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by TireRack.com. It's the way tire buying should be and the way sideline reporting should be. Bo Hundt with the Patrick Sideline Report. Your thoughts on this one through the first?
Well, Ange brought up a great point early on about Adams having to hit those shots. They have wide open looks. I'm sure Chad Johnson's really happy with their looks that they're getting. They're just not knocking them down. Lucky to get that last three and really keep them in this ball game here in the first quarter, guys. 16-10.
Because I'm sure when we get the shooting percentages at halftime, they're not going to be pretty for the Eagles right now.
No, second quarter brought to you by our friends at the St. Joseph County Police Department.
There's Michael Burton outside, inside to Caleb Kuhlman. Kuhlman lost the handle, but it was knocked out of bounds by Carter Johnston.
Great job by our crew in the truck. As we mentioned, got a little bit of a power hit. You see our graphics back up. So great to see that we're up and running. Been one of those days.
If you think doing games in cold weather is easy, even though we're in a gym, you'd be grossly mistaken. Gary Martin, Ryan Fitzpatrick doing double duty tonight trying to put out fires.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Obermeyer missed twice. Bonner missed once. Not like Penn is lighting up the gym tonight either with some opportunities. Great pass underneath to Dixon, or excuse me, to Tolbert from Dixon. Jarvis now with 7, but that was Drew Dixon with the dish, and you can hang a star on that one for a contender for Big C play of the game. Kuhlman down the lane, missed the layup. Evans chased down the loose ball. Burton thought long and hard about that and then took it, and it's sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. For Michael, that's his 9th three-pointer of the season. Carter Johnston on the drive, lost the handle. Here comes Penn the other way. Kuhlman works around one player, then feeds the streaking Evans for the bump. No bucket, but the foul called on Teron Johnson will send Cody Evans, only a 52% free throw shooter, to the line.
Events by Pro Show has been a proud supporter of PHM for decades, specializing in audio, visual, lighting, and DJ services. Their team is dedicated to your event success. Learn more at eventsbyproshow.com.
Evans committed to play his college basketball at Wabash. Had a season-high 12 against Michigan City and hits the free throw there as Ben Murphy checks back in.
Thank you to TireRack, the scoreboard sponsor for Sports Michiana's Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tires, shipped fast and free, and backed by free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Evans hits both. 5 points for Cody tonight. 9-point lead for Penn, their biggest of the game. Adams trying to solve this Penn defense. Teron Johnson kicks it outside. Carter Johnston back to Teron Johnson. Fancy ball handling, fadeaway shot wouldn't go, but Adams is able to get the rebound. And they kick it outside to Tolbert. Boy, that hit the ejector seat on it. Here's Ben Murphy. Down to Evans in the corner for 3. Ring it up. It's sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. The sweet shooting Cody Evans now has 8.
8-0 run here for the Kingsmen after Adams scored the first 4 points of the quarter.
And finally, an answer for the Eagles as B.J. Neal rings home a 3. It's sponsored by John Adams High School. 4th 3 of the year for Neal, the junior who only averages 3 points a game. Evans is feeling it, but that one is short. Bonner the rebound, wouldn't go. Obermeyer gets the rebound. Boy, Adams is getting crushed on the boards right now, but they force a turnover here. Tolbert will take it all the way against Obermeyer. Health Market battle, student athletes, and you can say that shot will not count. The foul was before the shot.
Take a look at the replay. There's not continuation in high school basketball. The replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka. So that's why Jarvis wanted it to count, but they're not going to give it to him. And, the hard part about that is that means they don't get to go to the free throw line yet again. They have yet to be to the free throw line here tonight. When you're struggling to make shots, one way that it will help is to get to the free throw line. They haven't been able to. And now we've got a timeout on the floor brought to you by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. We'll take a timeout, be back right after this on Sports Michiana.
Some say hustle and heart don't mix. But at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset, and every voice matters. Built on integrity, fueled by collaboration, and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle.
South Bend Schools, strategic, innovative, and driven in shaping future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.school/enrollment. Go Adams.
Adams trails by 9. Teron Johnson with the basketball. Now Drew Dixon caught on the baseline and threw it away. The height of Penn, just giving Adams all kinds of fits.
Yeah, certainly Adams has height with Michael Georgia when he's in the game, but fortunately he wasn't able to make some shots early on, so right now he's on the bench, so they go a little smaller, and Penn's able to take advantage of that.
Burton down the lane, kicks it outside. Here's 3 from Obermeyer. Missed it all, but Cody Evans missed the rebound, puts it back up and in. Evans now with 10. The bigs for Penn just doing yeoman work tonight. And I don't mean Corey.
Magnus Engineering in Osceola is honored to support the Penn basketball team, especially JV coach and Magnus project manager Spencer Culp. Just like the Kingsmen, Magnus is built on strength, trust, and commitment. Whether it's on the court or in the projects they deliver, excellence drives everything Magnus Engineering does.
Adams down 11 here. Midway through the second, Drew Dixon will take his time setting this one up. Teron Johnson now outside to Dixon. Anytime somebody tries to go into the paint, it's dangerous. So Johnson tries a 3 and misses. Here comes Penn the other way. Burton coming all the way, lost the handle. He's had a little bit of a turnover problem tonight. Josh Johnson with the 3 at the other end, sponsored by John Adams High School. 8 points now for Johnson, including the pair of 3s. And Adams hanging around.
Well, the 3 has been the one thing that's kept Adams in this game, certainly.
And another turnover. And again, Adams gets sloppy with it, but a foul is called from behind on Mikhail Price, and that's his second.
And the turnovers from Penn have kept Adams in it too. Basically, the only buckets Adams has been able to score tonight have been on those 3-pointers and on the transition steals.
Take a look at Chad Johnston over there on the Adams sideline. 24 years as a head coach overall. This is his 9th at Adams.
I mean, that's hard to believe. I can't believe he's already been 9 years at Adams. Incredible.
325 wins in his career that include a chance to coach the Indiana All-Stars a couple of years ago. 3 on the way. Got it. Sponsored by John Adams High School. 5-point game.
There have been runs and mood swings in this game so far.
Bonner's pass is knocked away.
And things have gone Adams' way a little bit since they've decided to go smaller at late.
Gets it down to Price. Penn says you want to go small, you're going to pay a price. Bucket in the bump. And it's a Mikhail Price that you'll pay.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka. There's a man inside making a bucket.
And Mikhail, an 80% foul shooter, takes the free throw here. He has been playing fearlessly as of late. His first 3 points of tonight come at a really good time for the Kingsmen as Evans and Caleb Martinez check in.
Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow and his office are committed to helping individuals and families facing moments of crisis in our community. Learn more at portage-township.com or stop by their office located at 340 Columbia Street in downtown South Bend, just behind the post office. Go Eagles.
The drive. Now it's Drew Dixon on the outside for Adams, working against Murphy. Dixon into the paint, found an opening but couldn't get it to go. He had to rush the shot a little bit, and Penn comes the other way. You can see the apprehension anytime the Eagles get into the paint because of the size of Penn. Bonner with the left-hand dribble. Here's Evans, misfires, but there's Bonner, couldn't get it to go. Adams in a hurry, coming the other way. Josh Johnson, like a little water bug, tried to throw it off Evans. That didn't work. Kuhlman has it poked away. It's a rugby scrum down on the floor and a foul called. Nope. Kuhlman stepped out of bounds, and it'll be Adams' ball.
Want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana, and they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
It's Tops, not far from the West End Bakery. I think of them because of the turnovers in this game.
Hey, the Penn Boosters always cheer for the Kingsmen. Last year, the Boosters awarded over $88,000 to various academics, clubs, and teams. Support the Penn Boosters by following them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
Tolbert thought he was fouled on the shot. There was no call. Kuhlman comes the other way. Caleb spinning, winning. 6 points now for Caleb Kuhlman. That's the extra 15 pounds of muscle he put on the offseason.
We mentioned mood swings. Back to a 10-point lead here for the Kingsmen.
5-0 run by Penn. Dixon kicks it outside. Tolbert's been hitting that, not this time. And one and done. But a steal by Tolbert. Great feed to Dixon for two. Drew Dixon's first basket of the game. The 6'1 junior averages 14 a game, and that's pivotal for Adams.
What a great job there by Jarvis Tolbert. A heady play. You miss the three, then you get the steal and get an easy bucket, and now Adams forcing another turnover, and they get the ball back.
Dixon goads Murphy into that turnover, and Overmeyer's going to check back in for the Kingsmen.
Thank you to Barnaby's Pizza at Twin Branch for feeding our crew tonight. Barnaby's of Mishawaka has 3 great locations: Twin Branch, Granger, and of course on Grape Road. Stop in for some delicious pizza and sandwiches. Barnaby's, the family inn.
Another great job by Barnaby's feeding our crew tonight. Long three for Josh Johnson. That's an air ball. Maybe it was into the wind.
The threes have been beneficial for Adams, but not every time. Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
Murphy tried to go to the wing for Kuhlman, but Caleb wasn't there.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
The best way I can describe the offenses here in the first half, if you handed a 4-year-old the color by numbers, don't expect it to stay within the lines, and it hasn't. Lob down to Michael Torchy, finally gets one to go. The 6'7 senior averages 7 a game. That's his first basket tonight.
And that's
back to a 6-point game.
And that's a big one for him because he's got to have that confidence inside as a big man.
Kuhlman dishes to Caleb Martinez. That's not going to go, and the rebound comes to Tolbert. Tolbert gets a timeout called by his buddy Carter Johnston, and it's sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. We'll take a quick 30. Back with more after this.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and long feel like 1st and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
Our second quarter and this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to us by our friends at the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community, and our salute to all of our first responders who've been out there working in the cold, especially the last week or so.
Yeah, today almost feels like a warm front the way things have gone, but not quite warm enough. Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we format value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
So 30 and a half seconds left here in the first half. Drew Dixon on the dribble. Now Jarvis Tolbert. Tolbert being guarded by Obermeyer. That's been a big offensive matchup here in the first half. Nice dish to Michael Georgia, but he couldn't hit the reverse layup. Penn will have a chance to get the last shot off, but they got to hurry. Kuhlman driving, shooting, couldn't get it to go. And the first half comes to an end with Penn on top of the Adams Eagles by a count of 31-25. We go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report. First, Barrett Kuhlman wants to have a word with the officials, and then maybe we'll get a chance to have him have a word with Bo Hundt. We shall see. Barrick still jawing a little bit with Gene Teal. Now he's over with Bo Hundt. Go ahead, Bo.
Coach, you go in up by 6. Defensively, you're really able to keep them out of the paint. Just talk about your defense and offense in that first half.
Yeah, for the most part, we've been able to control them. That we've let them get loose a little bit, lost some assignments. But, I think we're playing hard. We're playing the right way. It's just a competitive a game that's going to be a go down on the wire for sure.
What's some of the adjustments for the second half?
Well, we need to slow down on offense. We just turned it over way too many times, and then a lot of just missed layups where we're just speed and it's all playing faster than we can think. So we need to take a breath, relax, and we'll be fine.
Thanks for your time.
Stick around, everybody. When we come back, we'll have our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming halftime show. It all comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. We're back at Al Rhodes Kingsman Court at the Palace halftime here with Penn on top of Adams, 31-25 as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth on the Ferret Customer Oil Halftime Report. Your thoughts on the first half?
It's been an erratic first half. 19 combined turnovers from the two teams. Adams is either making three-pointers or getting points off those turnovers in transition. They can't get anything else going. Both shooting percentages have been low, 32%, 35%. But rebounding has been the key for Penn. They've out-rebounded Adams 27-12 in the first half.
Yeah, Chad Johnson's not going to be happy about that. In fact, I don't know how many of these halftime highlights from Tom's Car Care Center he's really going to like. But let's show you how it got to be this way here inside the Palace as Lucas Obermeyer drains the three right here for Penn. But Jarvis Tolbert answered with the three. Tolbert led the Eagles with 10 points in the first half. And when Josh Johnson got this steal and score for Adams, they got to within 5 in the second quarter. Tolbert with a lay-in here, a candidate for the Big C Lumber play of the game off the sweet feed from Drew Dixon. But Penn's bigs were getting the job done. Mikhail Price with the bucket and the bump right there. And then Caleb Kuhlman, a pretty spin move. Kuhlman had 6. Cody Evans led all scorers for Penn with 10. They are up at the break by a count of 31-25. When we come back, we'll cobble together the scores and give you the McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard. It comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceGBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
Now's the perfect time to lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Get fast fiber internet with free professional installation, starting at just $30 per month with AutoPay. Plus, lock in your low price for life with no contracts. Visit surfinternet.com today.
Now's the time to get fiber fast internet as low as $30 per month with AutoPay and free professional installation. Lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Enjoy fast fiber internet, no contracts, and a price lock for life. Visit surfinternet.com.
Is being brought to you by McKinnis Realty. The purpose of McKinnis Realty is to sponsor the Around the Area High School scoreboard that we get to bring you as the Penn Band entertains the crowd at halftime. Here on the Ferret Customer Forming Halftime Report, we welcome you back inside the Union Broadcast booth. Basketball tonight. Michigan City Marquette continues to roll. They beat Culver Academy 54-40. Fairfield with a win tonight over West Noble. In that game, Madison Jones scored 30 points. She's at .999 for her career going into the sectional. And Three Rivers up in Edwardsburg beat the Eddies tonight 46-29. Now the boys scoreboard. Benton Harbor continues to roll in Michigan. They beat Our Lady of the Lake tonight 94-51. Halftime in Northside Gym, St. Joe leads Elkhart 44-37. Other games in the NIC. Marion leading South Bend, Washington 17-11. That's in the second quarter. Northern Lakes Conference tonight. Boy, what a hodgepodge we have. Northridge is running past Plymouth 23-6. That's in the second quarter. But over at the Panther Pit, Northwood leads Warsaw 13-12 at halftime. Goshen leads Mishawaka 25-18 at the intermission. And also tonight in some other games at halftime, Big game, West Central's undefeated on the year. They lead their arch rival Winnemac 36-34 at the break. We've also got Wawasee beating Concord 30-21 at the half. Rochester had a big second quarter. They lead Northfield 31-13 in the second. Big game in the Duneland. Crown Point undefeated, ranked number 2. They only lead LaPorte by 2, 16-14. Jordan Heckard's team playing pretty good basketball right now. And in the second, Jimtown and Knox are tied at 11. That'll do it for the McKinnis Realty Around the Area High School scoreboard. When we come back, we'll check in with Bo Hundt with the Patrick Sideline report and have second half play-by-play from the Palace. Penn leading 31-25 over Adams on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Why is Babsco the premier electrical distributor? Because they have breakers, boxes, switches, resets, clamps, tapes, relays, covers, timers, batteries, wires, labels, ballast, heat-shrink, fixtures, plugs, tubing, lamps, load centers, and conduit. You can do it with Babsco Supply. With 2 locations in Elkhart and Warsaw. Visit Babsco.com. Babsco Supply, where they have everything.
Patrick has been empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959, and they power a Bo Hundt Sideline report.
Hey, I got a chance to talk to Chad, and he talked about rebounding offensively, rebounding defensively, rebounding whenever we can. He said that's the main thing. He goes, we're going to get more rebounds, take care of the ball a little bit better, but rebounding's our main focus in the second half, guys.
Third quarter being brought to us by Magnus Engineering. Adams starts with the ball, trailing by 6. Both these teams 10-3. Penn undefeated in the NIC, where Adams is 1-1 and needs this win to stay alive in the conference race.
And we'll reiterate the stat: 27-12 was the advantage for Penn in rebounding in that first half. Looking to buy or sell a home? McKinnis Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran owned. They proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McKinnisRealty.com.
Caleb Coleman had 6 points in the first half. Cody Evans was the big star of the half offensively for Penn, as he had 10. Mikhail Price with the ball now down in the quarter. Coolman dumps it down low. Lucas Obermeyer, his 9th point of the game as he gets the layup. The 6'5 senior just 1 point shy of his career high right now. Drew Dixon brings it across for Adams.
Other big difference in that first half was free throws. 7 of 8 was Penn in the first half on the free throws, and meanwhile only 2 free throws attempted for Adams. They did make both of them, but South Bend School's not getting their money's worth on those free-point attempts in the first half. They will here as we get a free throw attempt brought to you by the South Bend Schools.
And it's Michael Georgia going to the line, 64% free throw shooter, a member of the Unified Flag football team at Adams. And hey, he got an offensive rebound too.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana. Plus, hundreds of churches and schools utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Georgia goes 1 out of 2 at the line. 3 points for him tonight. Lead down to 7. Coolman will bring it across for the Kings. Penn trying to continue this wild NIC home winning streak they have. They have not lost a home game against a league foe in the Palace since 2021.
Which is an unbelievable stat considering how good so many of the teams in the NIC have been.
Josh Johnson short on the 3. The rebound comes to Obermeyer.
Including the team that won the 3A state championship last year, St. Joe, who lost to Penn here at the Palace a season ago.
Murphy for three. The iron unkind. Obermeyer couldn't get it to go, but there's Murphy with another offensive rebound. Price. The price is right. McHale with a three sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. And all of a sudden, the lead back to double digits.
It has swung violently throughout this game so far. Adams has done the work to get it down to 5-6 points a number of times, and then quickly Penn gets it back up to double digits.
Tolbert found an opening, short on the three, and we've got a whistle and a flop, I believe, called on Jarvis Tolbert.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the court. And maybe one of the reasons that was called, that was the second time that Tolbert has gone down, so obviously the officials assuming, calling it as a flop.
Coolman waits for the play to develop. Very mature young man for a sophomore. Carter Johnson tried to body him up. He drew a charge against him earlier. He couldn't do anything to stop him that time. Coolman now with 8. The lead as big as it's been for Penn at 12. Now a nice drive by Tolbert, and he traveled.
Tough one there for Jarvis, trying to get the foul called as he drives inside. Instead, he gets the travel call, and the ball will go the other direction. Leaky faucet, clogged drain, burst pipe. Cavender Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling handles it. Same-day service, no surprises. Call Cavender or visit CavenderMechanical.com. Go Kingsman.
And I get Jarvis Tolbert's trying to attract a foul call there, but it hasn't been called a foul all night. That ball goes out of bounds off Adams. Penn will get it back.
John Adams students complete thousands of hours of community service, participate in local, state, and national competitions, and excel on the field. Opportunities include Quiz Bowl, band, Science Olympiad, mock trial, and Adams is the only school offering the International Baccalaureate program.
Coolman for three. That's off the mark. Rebound loose, and Obermeyer out hustles Adams for it.
Continue to dominate on these boards.
Penn just grinding on Adams tonight. Well, got Goshen here tomorrow night.
Well, and Caleb Coolin talked about slowing the tempo down, and his Penn team has certainly done that here in this third quarter.
Bo made the point. Adams has not been able to get out of the 30s in the last 3 times they've played Penn. Part of that is the style Penn plays. Part of that is the defense that Penn plays.
You mentioned it throughout, the length of the Kingsmen just creating fits.
Dixon was able to find some space that way with a little stop and go move, and Drew now with 4.
Thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony, a licensed insurance agent with HealthMarkets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher HealthMarkets or visit tletcher.com.
Coolman misses on that shot. Here's Adams. They want a chance to run. Dixon down the floor was fouled on the way up by Obermeyer. Lucas imploring his teammates.
They're going to say this is a non-shooting foul as you take a look at the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka. So Adams, certainly if you're an Adams fan watching right now, you feel like your team can't catch a break. Dean's Barbecue is your home for the best BBQ in Granger. They're more than just barbecue. They are a full-service, chef-driven restaurant where everything is made from scratch. Good food with good friends and a great atmosphere. Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant at 23 and Bittersweet in Granger.
Teron Johnson into the paint. Little reverse layup. Beautiful job by Johnson for his first basket of the game. And the Eagles keep fighting, but they got a mighty hill to climb down 8.
But one thing they have now scored some layups, not transition off turnovers. They've actually gotten some buckets inside. That may be something that's opening up for the Eagles here, which was not there for them in the first half.
They got to find a way to stack stops and do it by also getting the rebound. Michael Burton, and a whistle and a bumping foul is called against Adams.
At OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for. Guided from diagnosis through recovery with clarity and trust. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit osmc.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
3 fouls now on Teron Johnson. Kuhlman coming around the screen, lost the handle. Outlet pass to Carter Johnston over the smaller Burton. No, he leaves it off for Jarvis Tolbert to lay it in. Tolbert with 12 and an injury timeout as Caleb Kuhlman stayed down at the other end. And Barrett Kuhlman isn't sure exactly what happened here. There's, I guess, moisture on the floor.
I think they're talking about a wet spot, or maybe the officials telling
he's got blood on his jersey.
Maybe blood on his jersey. There haven't been any Penn timeouts here tonight, so the stoppage will be brought to you by Events by Pro Show.
And, of course, Barrett Kuhlman.
I think they just handed Caleb a new jersey to run to the – he ran outside, and I think he's going to change into a new uniform.
And they say, okay, the game's got to go on here, or you can take a timeout.
Well, he's back out with another number 4 jersey.
Well, I'm sure they have
multiple
duplicates.
They found that fast, though. I'll give them credit.
Here's Bonner trying to bowl his way to the hooper. Price, but George has stood his ground. Adams only down 6, and Dixon pulls up for 3, but it's short. The rebound hit Teron Johnson in the face, and then he mugged Murphy.
Having duplicates would be probably the Devin Kennedy rule. There was a sectional game years ago between Marion and St. Joe where he got blood and they didn't have the duplicate, and that became a problem. And he was not in the game, and St. Joe was able to pull off the upset on Marion.
BJ Neal checks in for Teron Johnson, who just picked up his 4th foul, and Kuhlman comes back in for Penn.
At Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka, your smile and comfort come first. From routine cleanings to advanced dental care, you'll find compassionate dentistry in a modern, welcoming office. Now welcoming new patients. Visit Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka, where your smile plays at a higher level.
Murphy for 3. That's no good. And here comes Dixon in a hurry the other way. And he drew the contact on the way up, and he'll go to the line for 2. A 79% foul shooter taking free throws, sponsored by the South Bend Schools. Here's another look on the Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka replay.
Just couldn't get it go. Almost a 3-point foul. We've got a timeout brought to you by Events by Pro Show. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more third quarter action after this on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's Tire Decision Guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. I want to go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report to Bo Hundt real quick. Bo, how has Adams been able to turn the momentum in this one?
Well, I think one of the biggest things when we were looking at this game, and especially here in the third quarter, is Adams being a little bit more careful with the ball. Penn isn't. Penn's kind of being a little sloppy here in the second half, forcing some shots down at the offensive end as well. They're not really in the rhythm they were to in the first half there, guys.
Now Adams has to take advantage of opportunities. The free throw sponsored by the South Bend Schools. Drew Dixon, 79% free throw shooter, hits 1 of 2. He has 5 points in the game, the lead down to 5. That's as close as Adams has been in a while.
It'll be interesting to see what Penn does on this possession. They have been trying to slow the tempo down offensively. In a way, maybe that's rocked them out of a gear a little bit.
7-0 run by the Eagles here. Nice feed down low to Mikhail Price. He makes the layup over Georgia. That was a tough shot.
It was. He didn't have the angle, and he somehow found the angle and got it to go.
If you are 6'5" or over, you have 35 of the 40 points for Penn tonight.
Wow.
B.J. Neal gets it out to Dixon. Dixon, nice wraparound pass to Neal. And Chad Johnson really wanted a foul called there. There was nothing whistled.
There's not been many fouls called, period.
Burton to Murphy for 3. Wouldn't go. Price is there for the offensive rebound and goes.
And he did a great job there of taking his time. Adams' players were flying around. He took his time, went up at his pace, and got the shot to go.
Price now with 10. Second Kingsman in double figures. He's coming off a 21-point performance against Fort Wayne last week.
Third quarter brought to you by Magnus Engineering in Osceola.
Michael Georgia trying to get rid of the basketball here. Gives it to Jarvis Tolbert. Usually a good choice. Tolbert got his man up in the air. They say the foul on the floor against Price.
They had to call that one. Magnus Engineering in Osceola is honored to support the Penn basketball team, especially JV coach and Magnus project manager Spencer Kolb. Just like the Kingsmen, Magnus is built on strength, trust, and commitment. Whether it's on the court or in the projects they deliver, excellence drives everything Magnus Engineering does.
Bonner checks back in for the Kingsmen. Here's Dixon for 3. Off the side, but the rebound put up and in by B.J. Neal. Neal with a rare offensive rebound, a break for Adams, but it is still a Penn lead as we get ready to go to the fourth. Scoreboard says Penn 42-33. Adams players are saying, where's our bucket? Should have counted.
And there's a discussion about that. Did they somehow wave it off? Either way, we got to take a commercial break. We'll sort it out right after this on Sports Michiana.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. They're real people with real service and real value. And a real sideline report coming from Bo Hundt. Bo, I talked in the pregame about the length and strength of Penn. It has showed itself tonight.
Yeah, it definitely has. I think that's one of the biggest things is Adams has not been able to get in the lane, whether it's dribble drive, down low. Their length and their size inside is going to be trouble for a lot of teams to handle. Fortunately for Adams, they do have a little bit of size inside, so they're able to get in there a little bit. But in order to get back in this game and win this game, Adams is going to have to drain the 3 here in the fourth quarter, guys.
Fourth quarter being brought to us by our friends at the Penn Boosters. Penn leads by 7 and will begin the stanza with the basketball.
Yoder Construction is proud to partner with Penn High School on their new athletic field house. When you need a winning team for your next commercial project, rely on Yoder Construction. We build spaces that perform as well as they look. Yoder Construction, building with perfect purpose, serving with character.
Coleman tried to go in the back door and got fouled. He'll go to the line after the foul is called on Jarvis Tolbert, his first. You get another look from Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka.
These free throws coming up, brought to you by Events by Pro Show.
Coleman, 2 of 3 at the line tonight.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
A year ago, Adams held Kuhlman to 6. He has had to work hard for the 9 points he has tonight. Dixon explodes down the lane. Bonner was able to alter the shot.
Great job there by Bonner. It looked like it was going to be an easy bucket.
At the other end, Obermeyer misses the shot. Josh Johnson hustles down the rebound. He's got the Eagles flying down the floor.
After making 4 3-pointers in the first half, I don't think Penn has made a 3-pointer here in the second half.
But Jarvis Tolbert did. It's sponsored by Adams High School. Tolbert now with 15 tonight. He's number 3 on the all-time scoring list for the Eagles, and Adams is within 5.
Now, can they get it to a one-possession game? They haven't been able to do that.
This has been the wall that they have not been able to get by, the 5-point mark, and Kuhlman says he ain't getting by it. It's sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. Caleb now with 12 to lead the Kingsmen tonight.
Take your event to the next level with Events by Pro Show, specializing in audio, visual, lighting, and DJ services. Their team will help bring your event vision to life. Learn more at eventsbyproshow.com. Go Kingsmen.
Tolbert hits the 3, hits the splits, and a timeout sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. 5-point game as you get another look, and we'll take you to break on Sports Michiana.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McKinnis Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McKinnis Realty today at 574-271-3440.
Hey, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to us by our friends at Babsco. It's your trusted electrical distributor.
And the fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at Penn Boosters. The Penn Boosters always cheer for the Kingsmen. Last year, the Boosters awarded over $88,000 to various academic clubs and teams. Support the Penn Boosters by following them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
A 5-point game with 6:32 to go before a good crowd here on a wintry night in Mishawaka. The Palace bursting with people tonight. We've seen a number of our friends, fellows like Braxton Cave and Craig Redmond and folks from both sides to come out and enjoy this one. We're glad you've joined us wherever you're watching on Sports Michiana.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ben Murphy. Now Obermeyer down to McHale Price. Georgia had fallen down, and Price goes over him. McHale having a big night again. He's got 12. He had a double-double earlier this year against Fort Wayne Blackhawk, and he might be in the neighborhood of that tonight. Carter Johnston out to Drew Dixon. 4-3. Yes, it's sponsored by John Adams High School. Down to a 4-point game, the closest Adams has been in some time.
Principal Jim Seitz knew what he was doing when he sponsored the John Adams High School 3-pointers.
Obermeyer again trying to get it down to Price on the post. Now Kuhlman pops open up top.
Got to keep that foot planted, and he did.
And Kuhlman will reset the offense. They double team him. They'll take their chances with Murphy handling the basketball. Josh Johnson trying to harass him. Bonner driving on Tolbert. Pass underneath to Murphy. Now Obermeyer went up. He was fouled from behind by Drew Dixon, and Obermeyer will go to the line for 2.
South Bend Schools, strategic, innovative, and driven in shaping future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.schools/enrollment. Go Adams as you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka.
Obermeyer is 73% foul shooter. And he just tied his career high with 10 points. Had that against Elkhart. 6'5" senior. Make it 11. And the Kingsmen get the lead back up to 6. Adams has really been living on the three-pointer. That was one of the keys to win for Chad Johnston. They had to hit perimeter shots. Now Drew Dixon with a bucket of the bump.
And now an opportunity with this free throw brought to you by South Bend Schools to possibly get them within 3. Here's the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Mishawaka. And Dixon getting the job done with the bucket and the foul.
He was quiet in the first half. He racked up a bunch of assists, but he didn't have many points. Well, here in the second half, he has 8 points. And Barrett Kuhlman wants a timeout. It's sponsored by Events by Pro Show. 5:05 to go in regulation. Kingsmen by 4 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. As the Penn band plays, we've got a really great factoid to share with you about our friend Mike Lightfoot. The former Bethel University coach has 2 of his former players coaching this game, and Barrett Kuhlman and Chad Johnston. They are 2 of 29 current head coaches who played for the Bethel Legend, and that doesn't even count the guys that were smart enough to get out of the game.
You texted me yesterday, there were 6 guys that you already counted that are already not coaching. So that is an unbelievable stat. 29 current head coaches.
So congratulations to Coach Lightfoot on that great legacy. Ball goes down low to Price, but he missed it. Obermeyer's blocked from behind.
Let's not minimize that free throw there by Drew Dixon that got them within 3 in one possession for the first time since really the entire game. And now free throws here coming up for Penn. An opportunity to try to get it back out to 2 possessions.
Obermeyer trying to get the rare Tony Letcher Health Market and Reliance Player of the Game sweep tonight.
Certainly in contention.
Barrett
now
Kuhlman trying to point out a problem here of some sort. And again, we've got blood on the uniform of a Penn player, and this time it's Obermeyer.
Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow and his office are committed to helping individuals and families facing moments of crisis in our community. Learn more at portage-township.com or stop by their office located at 340 Columbia Street in downtown South Bend, just behind the post office. Go Eagles.
Jarvis Tolbert trying to dry up the blood on his elbow. They think that might be what got the blood onto Obermeyer. Didn't see a Band-Aid applied.
There's still confusion. By the way, that last timeout by Penn, in a way, actually benefited Adams because of the fact that Carter Johnston was coming up lame with a cramp. So during that timeout, he spent the entire time getting stretched out by the trainer and was able to come back in after the timeout.
Obermeyer has been money at the line tonight and continues that. 13 points to lead Penn. They're up by 5 with 4:48 to go. Dixon has had a strong second half. Ben Murphy trying to tighten the clamps defensively on him. Now Carter Johnston out by midcourt. Tolbert for 3. It's off the mark, and the rebound to Michael Burton.
Oh, what a great rebound by Burton. Excellent job boxing out his man.
Price really battling for position down on the post with Georgia.
This has been a physical game.
Kuhlman patiently dribbles outside. You see the clock on the TireRack.com scoreboard at the bottom of your screen. Ball knocked out of bounds by Adams.
Thank you to Barnaby's Pizza at Twin Branch for feeding our crew tonight. Barnaby's of Mishawaka has 3 great locations, Twin Branch, Granger, and of course on Grape Road. Stop in for some delicious pizza and sandwiches. Barnaby's, the family inn.
Penn trying to pick up win number 11, but also trying to stay undefeated in the NIC. They have a crucial stretch of their schedule coming up. Kuhlman went crashing in. There was no call. And here comes Adams the other way. Tolbert runs into Price, and a blocking foul called on Mikhail Price will send Jarvis Tolbert to the line for free throws, sponsored by the South Bend Schools. You'll get another look here on the Springer Dental Care replay.
Earlier, Chuck, you mentioned he's trying to get those fouls called inside. He wasn't getting them earlier. He does get it there and gives himself an opportunity. And now they're checking out that elbow on Jarvis Tolbert about the blood once again. They're going to say he needs to get a Band-Aid.
Well, because there's blood getting on everybody's jerseys. Now it is Mikhail Price who is getting blood treatment on his jersey.
And now Jarvis Tolbert running over, and he's going to get the Band-Aid.
Same guy that was working on Price's jersey is working on Tolbert's arm and just wrapping it up.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Tolbert has the reputation of being a scorer, and now we have a lane violation called against Adams. Josh Johnson stepped away from the lane. Teron Johnson going to check in for Josh.
Well, and Jarvis Tolbert, one of the best players in the area, 1,300 career points, but he's been frustrated in this fourth quarter because of all the stoppages and everything happening outside of just playing some basketball. And another whistle.
Georgia and Price were exchanging elbows at the foul line. And that's going to negate the free throw for Tolbert.
Wow.
Relating a held ball, and the alternating possession will go to Adams.
So they lose the opportunity for 2 free throws for Tolbert.
They do get the ball back.
At least they get the ball back. But, again, Tolbert's had to go get.
And Tolbert gets the 2 points. Ball don't lie.
And put a possibility on that one as the Big C Lumber big play of the game, because that was a great play considering the situation and the frustration that Jarvis Tolbert had.
So a 3-point game here at the Palace with 3:23 to go. And the nerves starting to get into the fannies of the Penn fans. Up on the edge of their seats. Burton went all the way in, laid it up, no good. Kuhlman's rebound, and he's fouled by Georgia. And again, the rebounding hurting Adams.
Those second chance opportunities, and then they're called for that foul there. And the one guy you don't want to send to the free throw line, Caleb Kuhlman. Or, excuse me.
86% free throw shooter. 13 here tonight. 663 points in his career. Oh, by the way, he's only a sophomore.
Yes.
And he nailed that one too. All 14 of his games this season have been in double figures. Playing with a little bit of a torn ligament in his left thumb. Barrett Kuhlman trying to encourage his defense, and they come up with a turnover. It's Burton with the steal and an intentional foul on Adams. Carter Johnston trying to plead his case at midcourt, but you get another look from Springer Dental Care. There's the steal, and yeah, that's not a play on the ball.
You know, but it's close. It's close that he was making an effort to try to go to the ball. He didn't hit the ball, but he was trying to go for it.
Burton misses the first of 2, and Penn will also get the ball after this.
Carter Johnston still trying to plead his case.
Oh, I don't blame him. But Penn boosts the lead to 6. And now they'll have the ball back.
This is going to be a game that Adams is going to be so frustrated when they go back and watch it. The early first quarter, missing so many opportunities of wide open three-point shots and shots inside the paint. And then here in the second half, just getting out of a flow and some of the fouls just not going their way. It certainly has been a frustrating game for Adams, who's still within 6.
Well, and they're a frustrated group to begin with. Remember, they've lost 3 in a row coming into this one, and a foul is called against Penn. It's going to be on Price. And that's his 4th.
No question. You start the season 10-0, then you lose to a couple of future sectional opponents in LaPorte and Michigan City. Then you lose to Elkhart in the game you probably thought you were going to win. So you get your wake-up call to realize, okay, we got to get our stuff together. They felt like practice went really well. Then tonight, shots just not going. You're certainly at a major disadvantage in the rebounding category, which is something they can try to control, but no matter the way you look at it, Penn's going to win that battle. You can only just contain it to a certain degree. And then the frustrations here with all the stoppages, the blood and everything like that, and the foul calls. It's been frustrating, certainly.
Burton took it away from Drew Dixon, and a foul called on Dixon. And listen to this crowd get behind the freshman.
Oh, that big Penn student section rising to their feet and going crazy. Take a look at the replay brought to you by Springer Dental Care. Excellent work by the Kingsmen to get the steal and the foul. And the freshman, Burton, baby bro, getting the job done.
Michael Burton with 4 points tonight. He just went 1 of 2 at the stripe, 67% free throw shooter for the year. And he missed the first. He and Jackson Smith are the lone freshmen on the varsity roster. But Burton gets a lot of playing time. Knocks that one down. He made it a 2-3 possession game now at 56-49. So Adams has to find some good shots. Carter Johnson's pass knocked away. Murphy with another steal. Here comes Coolman all the way. He got it. 16 for Caleb. And Penn starting to pull away late.
Does Adams have one more run in him?
Tolbert will try. Couldn't get it to go. And the rebound corralled by Bonner, but he traveled.
Well, there is a break Adams could use. So with 2 minutes left, they'll get the ball back. Look, it's 9 points. It's totally feeling like it's going Penn's way. There's still a lot of time. If you're Adams, you can't rush it. Play your game.
Well, your game would be a lot better if you could get shots up, but right now they're finding it hard to hang on to the basketball.
Penn's defense in this fourth quarter has been really, really good.
Teron Johnson lost his footing, went out of bounds.
And that was, again, established by the Penn defense. Excellent job there by Lucas Obermeyer.
Obermeyer has been a man possessed in this game tonight. And now Adams has to try to apply some full court pressure here. Bonner pulls away down the lane, and they'll call a foul on Adams, and Bonner will go to the line for 2. He's only a 46% free throw shooter, though. So Adams will take its chances. In the meantime, Teron Johnson fouls out of the game. He had 2 points tonight. And Chad Johnson will take his time figuring out who he wants to put in.
Look, this game may end up being double digits. Still enough time that Adams could come all the way back. I'm not going to say that that's not a possibility here. But one thing I know, and I feel, this sectional at Mishawaka is going to be a lot of fun. Because there are 5 teams ranked in the top 75 in the Sagarin. And that doesn't even include Adams, who's ranked about 115. So 5 others ranked in the top 75. There are only 3 sectionals in the state that have those type of numbers.
Bonner at the line. 4-sport athlete, misses the first.
One of them, by the way, has 6 teams ranked in the top 32.
That's the one down in Indianapolis.
Yes. There's 2 down in Indy that are really, really good sectionals as well.
Christian, who sings in the choir, couldn't hit the right note with that one. But Obermeyer got the rebound and saved it to Bonner.
Maybe the story of the game right there, right? Penn rebound when they needed it.
Here's Murphy outside. And Adams now in a position where they've got a foul, and they didn't. And Kuhlman lays it in for 2 more of his 18. 11-point lead. Dixon tries to answer, but it hit the eject button. Josh Johnson saved the offensive rebound. Carter Johnston had it poked away from behind, and Obermeyer makes another save. Burton fouled from behind, and this one's going to go to Penn.
Well, the Kingsmen certainly both teams really, in really strong stretches of their schedule. That's going to really test them ahead of the sectional that we speak of. Penn has still some of the big boys in the NIC. They still got Fishers, who's won, 47 games in a row. They still got Chesterton in a non-conference. They got Goshen tomorrow night. So they got a lot of big games, and Adams does too. So, but again, this is going to be a really, really fun section.
Well, here's the thing. Not only do they play Goshen tomorrow night, and you mentioned Fishers, they have 5 consecutive road games coming up after that Goshen game. Marion, Chesterton, St. Joe, South Bend, Washington, and then Fishers. And then you come home and you have to contend with Riley.
Wow, that's a stretch.
Meanwhile, Caleb Kuhlman trying to dribble out the clock here for the Penn Kingsmen. Finds Obermeyer underneath. One more bucket for Lucas. 15. And I believe he's the guy that'll be speaking with Bo Hundt in a matter of moments. The timeout here sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow, and we'll keep it here.
Well, while we have that moment, I think what Lucas Obermeyer has brought, Caleb Kuhlman certainly was excellent here tonight as well. And I think you got to give a shout out to Evans also for what he was able to do this evening. But I think you're right. Obermeyer's got to be the choice for the Big C Lumber, for the Reliance player of the game.
And of course, we have that Big C Lumber play of the game that we showed you from the first half, although there have been a number of potential qualifiers in the second half, but I like that assist from Dixon to Tolbert underneath.
That's our way of communicating to the guys in the trailer of what we want to do for postgame, everybody. A little inside, well, it's usually inside baseball. We'll say inside basketball. Inside
McKinnis Realty around the area scoreboard. Bremen has stayed undefeated tonight. They beat LaVille by a count of 40-29, so what a job Matt Miller's team is doing. St. Joe downs Elkhart at Northside Gym 79-58. Eric Gaff's team is on a roll. They're going to the fourth at the Panther Pit. Northwood leads Warsaw 23-21.
If you wonder what Chuck was referring to earlier when he said different tempo than what we had the last couple of weeks, I believe he was referring to our Goshen-Warsaw game from a couple weeks ago, but Northwood-Warsaw would take the cake on that.
Oh, they made Goshen-Warsaw look like an offensive outburst.
You see there is momentum for the shot clock now in Indiana. The coaches very much in favor of the possibility.
Caleb Kuhlman going to the line. Here's my take on the shot clock. I understand the desire for it because you have shot clock at every other level of basketball. The problem I think I have with high school having a shot clock is we see enough bad shots taken as it is now in a game And if you have a shot clock, there's just going to be that many more bad shots.
There's also a practical reason. That's another person that you have to hire to get to be on the crew. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a lot of work. To get the people to be on the scores table is a lot of work, and that's going to be yet another person that every school is going to have for high school and JV games.
But that's a discussion for another day. Tonight belongs to the Penn Kingsmen. 20 points from Caleb Coleman, 15 from Lucas Obermeyer, and Penn has defeated John Adams tonight by a count of 66-52 here at the Palace. When we come back, we'll have our Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show with our Reliance Player of the Game and our Big C Lumber Play of the Game, and it's all coming your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. It's 3 great services in one great place. We welcome you to the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show. As you see, the students have poured out onto the floor here at Al Rhodes Court at the Palace, but that does not stop Bo Hundt. He has pulled away our Reliance Player of the Game.
Yeah, guys, I'm standing by Lucas Obermeyer. 15 points tonight. Hey, what a big victory for this Penn Kingsman team.
Yeah, it was great. We had all the support. We came together when it got bad. We never split apart, and that's what got us the win.
You guys are such a talented team. Defensive-wide, nobody talks about your defense as much as you guys should be talking out there. You guys have length. You guys have size. They weren't able to get in the paint all night. How do you guys do that with your defensive strategy?
Well, first, it's our coaches. They teach us, they install it in us every day. And then after the coaches, it goes to JV, who practices against us every day and makes us work our tails off. And then it goes to the varsity, trusting each other. Defense is all about trust. So when we trust each other and we're talking to each other, that's when we really start playing good.
3-0 in the conference, 11-3 overall. You got a tough stretch coming up, starting with this tonight. Just thoughts on moving forward and how this team prepares for that.
We're going to move forward like any other game. If we lose, we come back together and we pick it up until we win. We put together wins, and that's what's going to take us to the next level to win conference, sectional, regional, and beyond.
Lucas Obermeyer, our player of the game. You can see how excited he is. He was that way all over the court tonight, guys.
Yes, indeed he was. You said that he reminds you of another player of the game.
You guys think about this for a second. Did you just hear from Lucas Obermeyer? Did you just hear from Fernando Mendoza? Because he had that energy in him. So I think we could just start nicknaming him Fernando moving forward. Penn, what a game. The defense was extraordinary. And, of course, they won this game on the glass. 42-23, Penn, the advantage in the rebounding category, the difference in this one.
And Obermeyer had a double-double tonight, 15 points and 10 rebounds, so that's why he was our Reliance Player of the Game. Now it's time to look at our Big C Lumber Play of the Game, and while there were a lot of great plays on both sides, this one from Drew Dixon to Jarvis Tolbert in the first half got our attention.
Yeah, he dialed that ball up. Watch this. He's waiting. Then throws that ball underneath. Tolbert receives it, gets it to go. The bucket inside. Great play there. 6 assists for Drew Dixon on the night. Jarvis Tolbert finishes with 20 points for the Adams Eagles, who have now lost 4 games in a row. But this is a very dangerous Adams team. They're going to learn a lot from these situations. 3 of those 4 losses to teams in their sectional. I still think Adams is a team that can surprise some people come sectional time.
Well, the biggest thing they have to learn is they have to reduce their turnovers. They had 19 of them tonight, and they also got a recipe for disaster. Meanwhile, Penn, I know Barrett Coleman really likes one stat that he learned from Al Rhodes, and that's points per possession. And they had 1.17 points per possession. And to put that in perspective, if you get 1 point per possession, coaches are happy with that. That means you're shooting 50% or you're making the job done at the foul line. 1.17 is very stellar work by Penn tonight.
Well, and they were able to get the job done in so many ways. You mentioned the rebounding. Their defense in that fourth quarter in particular was so stellar. They just created so much frustration for Adams. So Penn is a fine-tooled team. We talked about their size and how many points they scored with guys that are 6'5" and taller. But that's not just big men, of course, because Kuhlman is a guard, and they got so much from all their players here tonight. And the bench played really well, too. Evans and Burton came off the bench and had a great job as well. I think this Penn team is going to be a force, not only in the NIC, but in the sectional, too.
So we saw the Penn boys tonight. We'll likely see the Penn girls next week because we're right back here at the Palace for the girls sectional. And we expect it will probably be Penn and LaPorte in that second semifinal here at Penn on Friday night. Riley will take on the winner of Adams and Mishawaka. That's a Tuesday night game. Adams would be the favorite in that one. So maybe see both of these schools represented again next week on Sports Michiana. We cannot say thank you enough to our Sports Michiana crew tonight, who battled to keep this one on the air for you and bring it to you, led by the G-Man in the truck, Gary Martin, doing another stellar job. He had the help of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tony Beltran was our director tonight. Deron Gray working the replays. Great camera crew as well, as we had Chris Skibby working with Michael Weens and Matt Kowalski, and then with the aforementioned Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was all over the place tonight. So once again, a reminder, next Friday night, it's more high school basketball, this time the girls sectional from here at the Penn Palace. We're on the air with the pregame show at 6:15, and do hope you'll join us then. From my broadcast partner, the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt, and my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Penn prevails over Adams, 66-52. So long from the Princess City. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher HealthMarkets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McKinnis Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.